Hi, in this video I want to give an update on the development progress for positional tracking with the Oculus Rift in OpenHMD. It's been just under a month since I put up the video showing that I was able to complete a Beat Saber level, which was an important milestone for me because I think that Beat Saber is a great game for testing out the limits of tracking. It requires lots of fast motion of the controllers and really tends to show up bad cases. So in this video, what I wanted to show was the progress over the last month, which there's been some tracking improvements that I've made around speeding up the pose recovery search when we lose track of a device and have to try and match up LEDs against the 3D models. Having that run faster really means that the tracking snaps back in quicker. In lots of cases now that can be done in well under 1 frame duration, and you don't even notice that tracking was lost. And also some improvements in the way that poses are evaluated as a good pose or a bad pose. So without further ado, I will play a clip of me doing Beat Saber on expert setting. The first time that I've been able to actually make it through an expert level. I'm mostly going to let this video play, but I would like to just say, please don't send me comments on how to play Beat Saber better. A lot of the flaws in this play session are still due to the tracking being a bit wonky, especially in the left controller, which really wants to swing to funny angles and drift out of my hand like that, because the factory calibration on my left controller for some reason is very wrong, and the filtering doesn't yet compensate for that well. Hi, okay, are you still with me? So I'm pretty happy with that progress over the last month. There are not that many code changes from what I had in the first Beat Saber video. It is mostly refinements around the tuning the filtering fusion algorithm and improving the pose recovery search so that it recovers much more quickly, and that on its own makes a big difference to the playability. I'd like to say thank you to the people that continue to send me some money through the GitHub sponsorship scheme. At this point, that's about $100 a month, so it doesn't really help me take too much time away from my day job, but it does help to motivate me to keep working on OpenHMD tracking in my spare time. Thank you. What I'd like to do with the rest of this video is to talk a bit about the flaws in the tracking and what the next development steps are. So the video that's playing at the moment is a recording from earlier in that play session where it's failing. I'm failing to complete the level because the controllers are losing track constantly. So it's kind of hard to see from this video, but in my hands, both controllers are constantly trying to swing to strange angles, especially the left one that just went vertical there. And what that is from is the video that the camera is capturing. It's got every frame it has to try and match up the constellation of LEDs that it's seeing to spot the controllers and identify their pose and position. So it does that when it doesn't know where a device is, and then it tries to use the IMU to predict where it's going to be in the next frame, and then that helps it to narrow down its search. It tries to match up the predictions, but it often gets that wrong because it isn't very good yet at locating a close match. It's good at an exact match, but if the IMU is wrong by even a little bit, then it goes back to doing a full search, and often that means that it will find some other thing that it thinks looks like the controller this time around, and it will jump to the wrong place. So improving that frame-to-frame matching is one of the things that I want to do, and my next step for that is to implement a recording tool that records all of the raw data, and then a simulation tool that will render out the tracking but doesn't have to run in real time, and that will let me step frame by frame through the tracking and to try out different algorithms on a common base set of data. So that recording tool is what I'm focusing on next, and I'm hoping that in the next update I'll have some more tracking improvements to share with you. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.